Yo, what's up, YouTube? Hey, Pierre's the Performance. I'm here on the track today, and I know you guys absolutely love speed, so I want to give you guys my top acceleration sprint start position drills that you guys can literally implement into your training right now to make you guys into that game-changing athlete you always want to be. So, let's get started. Woo! So the first drill in our sprint start positions is called a falling start. Now, I absolutely love using this with our athletes because it gets you into a natural lean, a natural shin angle, and this is how we play and perform on the field. So we will do many different variations of these to get into natural positions to really accelerate and put that foot down into the ground with some emphasis, with some aggression to really get out of that start. So all I want you guys to do and really focus on is the correct posture and positioning to this drill. So we're going to start with our feet underneath our hips. We don't want to be too wide because that's not going to be a natural position in sports. We want to be in our universal athletic position, which is our foots are going to be straight ahead. We're gonna be on the outsides of our feet. Now, we wanna make sure that our feet, ankle, knee, and hips and shoulders are all in line so we're stacked joint by joint so we can really get the right positioning and the right amount of force through the kinetic chain as possible. From here, I'm gonna go up onto my toes, really onto the balls of my feet, onto that forefoot. And all I wanna do is get a big chest, elongate the spine, so I'm in a nice long position, and then I'm just gonna fall, and then wherever my foot just naturally falls, that's where I'm going to really accelerate from. And I really don't want you to think about, taking a big long step or taking a too short of a step. Wherever it naturally drops, that's going to be the position for you. Now, this is going to get us into a good acceleration shin angle position where that back leg, that back shin is going to be relatively between about 45 to about 40 degrees. And that's going to give us a good amount of punch and much force and that good angle into the ground to naturally go forward to get that acceleration. And this front leg, that's the leg is when you fall over. That's the natural position where now you're going to be able to drive and get force down into the ground to propel you forward. I also like this drill because it's going to naturally tell us exactly which is our dominant leg. Now, it's not going to be the forward leg. This is the leg if I'm thinking about doing my 3-point stances, my 4-point stances. This back leg would be the leg that I want to drive off of, because when I go to fall over, this is the leg that I would have pushed off of if it was my front leg and I would have drove off through the ground with. So this leg is going to be, yes, my start leg, but this is the leg I would have started on. So that is going to be the telltale sign of what I probably should use when I'm going to go into my natural 3-4-point stance that I like. It's just a basic easy indicator. That's probably my dominant leg that I would jump off of and a single leg jump, or the leg that I would start with. So again, let me just go over the talking points again. Hey, everything is lined up. We're up onto our toes. Our eyes will gaze about 3-4 yards ahead, and I want to make sure now when I get into that position, I don't round over. Hey, my butt is not back. I'm nice and tall. My hands are at my side. Once I fall over, I'll get into that natural leaning, sprinting, acceleration position. Then I'm just gonna drive and put aggression into the ground as I sprint forward. Let me show you a couple variations of what that looks like. So the next drill is called a jump back split stance sprint. Now, I absolutely love this drill because it's going to put us in a nice athletic position, sprint position, to really accelerate right away out of the jump. Now, what I want you guys to look for is the same posture mechanics that I want you to set up in our first falling start. But this time, you know, you don't need a line, but you can get a line just as some guidance, so you have something to always kind of know that you're jumping in the same position and start every single time. So I'm gonna go in front of this line. Good athletic position, feet, knees, hips, shoulders all stacked. From here, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bend the knees a little bit. I'm not gonna go too far. I just need just a little bit of knee bend where I'm then gonna jump back, split my legs, and naturally, as you see, my left leg came up because that's my dominant power leg to put into the ground. And now, what's going to happen is now you're going to have that natural shin angle, but I also want to have a slight hip hinge, and I want to be leading with my shoulders. What happens is where the shoulders are also going to dictate our force and our angle down into the ground. So I'm here, notice how my ear, shoulder, hip is all going down into the ground, but what we don't want is my shoulders to point here, round out my back, and my eyes then follow straight to the floor, because I'm not going to get enough power output. It is not going to be generated in the same position as if I had everything lined up anatomically correct, so I can get all those forces and all those angles to work together as one complete unit. So when I land in this position, I want to be here, chest slightly up, not too rounded. You might have just a little bit, but you don't want to be down here. Once I have my shoulders in that good position with my shin, now I'm accelerating out of the position, driving force down into the ground with that second leg, and really thinking about being aggressive with the steps, aggressive where I want to go, just driving with those arms. Now, what you guys can also do when you're doing this is you can vary and switch up and alternate each time you guys jump. So you can have your right leg up one, left leg up, if you want to just make sure that you're correct and balanced throughout the drills. Let me show you how it looks. So the last drill is a push-up start, and it's the granddaddy of them all, and it gets you into such a great athletic acceleration position. That's why I love doing it, especially with my younger athletes, because they hate push-ups, but guess what? We'll do a couple push-ups, and then I'll throw in some sprints, and they absolutely love the competition. They love getting out of that, and it just now teaches you to really get into a good knee drive position in that bottom position, which I'm gonna now break it down to you. So what we want is we want to have the hands right beside the chest, so we're in a good push-up position. Now, from here, the elbows are going to be in. We don't want the elbows out. And when I would say go, now you can either do a different type of cues. You can be what we call verbal cue, which is I'm going to say a go call or whatever you guys want to say. You can do now a reaction where your eyes are up, and now I'm doing a stimulus where I'm now maybe seeing a tennis ball drop, or I'm seeing a hand wave or something like that. So these are different variations that you guys can use in order to get your athlete's attention for the start. From here, what we want is that first initial drive is going to be a push up out of the position. Now, as I push up, that knee is now going to drive towards my chest. From there, now I've just set up where my foot is into the ground, and that is where I'm going to be driving off of and putting all the force into. So as I drive up, the knee drives up at the same time. And from here, my leg and back leg will slightly go into a position that feels comfortable to help drive out of this 4-point stance. So once I have that in position, then I'm going to use my hands and almost propel myself out of the position. And then boom, I burst out. My hands will come naturally into a good coordinated position. And then I'm just gonna drive, lead with my shoulders, keep my head down, and just get into those first 5, 6, 7, 8 acceleration steps. Now again, like the old, or like the last clip, we really want to focus on, and why I love this is that now my shoulder angle is also propelling me straight aggressively ahead, and that is going to get us into a great position to really drive power down into the ground. Let me show you exactly how this looks. there you have it. There's my top 3 sprint start positions that you literally can do anywhere, any surface. You just need to be committed. You need that relentless drive to be the greatest athlete in the world. And I love sharing all the information, all the wealth of knowledge, everything that I've learned throughout my entire career, over all my studies, everything that I can literally give you guys is right here. So take advantage of it and work as hard as you possibly can. Be the hardest worker in the gym, on the basketball court, on the soccer field, on the hockey, whatever it is, be the hardest worker in the room at all times. Every second, every minute, every day, every rep, every set. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Make sure that you guys subscribe. You guys turn on that notification button. You guys like this. You comment below, because we're going to keep coming out with hot fire videos each and every week, because my job is to make you guys great. Let's go.